Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the cabin. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We made it to 2022, whatever that means. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. I did. It was kind of quiet, but that's all right. I spent a lot of time with family. I ate way too much, and nothing wrong with that. So I didn't do a whole lot over Christmas, but I did have some plans that I wanted to start on in the new year. I'm not going to be able to do those. I'll tell you why in a minute. But what I wanted to do, this is where I normally pile my firewood in length that I cut over the winter. And then I process it in the spring of the year. But as you can see, it is completely empty. So I wanted to get a start on next year's firewood. That's one thing I wanted to do. Also, I wanted to cut some timber out, like this spruce tree, and there's a few pine trees that I wanted to take, and I want to get that milled up into lumber. Now, hopefully, a buddy of mine does have a mill, so hopefully, the plan is that he could mill that up for me this summer, because I have a little building project in mind. And there's no way I'm paying the crazy prices for lumber. So I thought if I could harvest a few trees, I could get that done. So I got to get this done too. So I have a small back room on the cabin. It's its function really is it's a place to store junk. It also acts as cold storage in the winter. And what I wanted to do was build this out and actually put a small bucket toilet in it, and also possibly a stand-up, one of those small stand-up showers. So you can get those off-grid showers now. They're not that much. I think $200 or $300, and they run off of those little 1-pound propane tanks. And all you do is you run a hose into your water source, a bucket of water or whatever, and it pulls the water up, heats it with the propane, and you have your shower nozzle, and you can take a nice shower here. So I thought that would be nice. So that's a little building project that I want to do. If I can get the lumber milled, because it's really not worth it to pay the ridiculous prices for lumber. Not only lumber, but all building materials are crazy. I think I have enough roofing. I have some steel roofing left over that so I don't have to pay for the roofing. So that would save me, because steel roofing has also gone way up in price. And I think I have enough of the other building materials. I wouldn't have to spend very much money if I can get the lumber milled. So we'll see how that goes. And of course, the other small thing that I wanted to do was burn my junk pile. It's starting to grow here, so I thought it'd be good to get rid of it and burn it, but that I'm going to wait as well. So the $1,000,000 question is, why am I not doing anything today? Why am I not starting any of this? Hurt my back. Oh man. And I don't even have a good story. It was just, you know what? It was so stupid. I got up yesterday. I woke up. No problem. I sat down in the chair, and as soon as I went to stand up from the chair, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Whether I stood up the wrong way or whatever. But all of a sudden, it just went. I tweaked something in my back, and I was like, "Oh, crap! Okay, this isn't good." And yeah, it hurt. So I spent most of yesterday in pain. I was here last night for New Year's Eve, and yeah, I was just I was gonna do a bit of a video last night, but couldn't do it. Man, I was just in pain, and so I watched a movie, and I was in bed by about 10 o'clock, and that was it. Got up this morning and back is still really tender, so I'm not going to push it at all. I keep thinking, well, maybe I could do this or could. No. Don't push it. Just let it heal. Let it heal. Anyway, that's the way it goes. That's how my 2022 is starting off. So, weather-wise, you can see that there is some snow on the ground, but there's not much. It's really just a couple of inches. It's not much at all. So far, it has been a wimpy winter, and currently, right now, it's I think 34 degrees, so it's above freezing. That's just above zero in Celsius. And I looked at the forecast. There is no real weather for the next week. As a matter of fact, I think it might rain tonight and maybe some snow a little bit tomorrow and then rain again on Wednesday. So, that's just the way it goes. So I think it's going to be a wimpy winter. Now, mind you, Mother Nature could step on the gas at any time and, of course, just bury us in snow. But even if that were to happen, like I said, we're already, into January. So, it's not going to be, I don't think it would be that bad, Now, inevitably, I know someone will comment and say, well, that's, climate change. And I don't want to get into the climate change debate, but I will say this. Winter here is hit and miss, whether, how bad it is. And as far as I can remember, it's always been that way. We have good winters and bad winters, and that's just the way it is. As I look back in my videos, a few years ago, we had a few years in a row that it was we just got hammered. And there was one year, it started snowing in November, and it did not stop until early May. And by May, I was exhausted. There were mountains behind me here. There were mountains of snow. I mean, there was so much snow that I had nowhere left to put it. And I was like, what is going on? But, that happens. And you know what? In some of those videos, again, people said, well, that's climate change. So I always get it's climate change if it's a bad winter. I also get it's climate change if it's a good winter. But I have got to say, listen, that's just the way it is here. It goes in I don't know, some years it's good and some years it's bad. I don't see any pattern at all to it. It's kind of hit and miss as far as I'm concerned. But that is the weather situation here. Now, I mentioned earlier, I'd like to put a small stand-up shower in the back room. And you know what? Another question that people always ask is, how do I shower here? Or how do I keep clean or whatever? In the summertime, I just use a watering bucket. I fill it with hot water. And that's how I do it. Is it perfect? No. But does it work? Yeah. I mean, it's... it's just, you have to make do with what you have here. And that's just how I do it. And in the wintertime, I'll do inside, I'll just use a hot water and a sponge and a towel. And you have to do what you have to do. And again, when I'm in town, I just take a regular bath or shower like everyone else. So that's, basically how I stay clean out here. But the shower would be nice. Now, one more thing I want to talk about is 2022. Because I see a lot of people saying, well, good riddance to 21. And, we also said the same thing to 2020, good riddance to 2020. And, I like to be optimistic, but honestly, I don't see 22 being any better than 21. And as a matter of fact, in some ways, it could be worse. Although I do think that 22 will end I think, on a better note for almost everybody. And I don't get into that too much on, at the cabin here. But let me just put it this way. I think November is going to be a good month. And we'll leave it at that. You guys know what I mean. But other than that, I think 2022 is going to be, another tough year. There's no sign of this plague letting up, and everybody said, well, in 2020, this will burn itself out by summer. It didn't. 2021, yeah, this should be pretty much over this year. Nope. Still going strong. And as a matter of fact, it's almost worse than ever in some ways. Honestly, if you look at it, I don't see any reason that there would not be at least one more variant in 22. There would almost have to be, I would think, but that's my prediction. There will probably be at least one more variant in 22, and we all should hope that it's not a particularly bad one. And also inflation is extremely high. Prices are crazy. We talked about the price of lumber earlier, and it's not just lumber. Food is insane. Look at the price of meat. I mean, wow, it's crazy. And shortages and so on. There's certain things you can't get, and I don't see any sign of that changing anytime soon. If we've learned anything, I hope that we've learned that the supply chain is vulnerable. And if you look at things, well, just over Christmas as an example, look at all the flights that were canceled because there wasn't enough people to work. And you have that in hospitals as well. And, they don't have enough people to work. Or, they're sending first responders home because they're not vaccinated or whatever. So there's lots of issues there. And I think the supply chain is vulnerable. And what I would say to everyone is everybody should be prepared for some sort of supply chain disruption. And what I would recommend is I think everybody should have at least enough gas on hand to fuel your vehicle. Get yourself a few jerry cans, whatever, and some fuel extender, and put some gas aside. I think that would be really one smart thing to do. Have enough to fuel your vehicle and fuel your generator or whatever if you have a generator. Everybody should have, a generator or alternate source of power. And also, I think everybody should at least have enough essentials on hand, to get by 2 weeks, possibly up to a month. And I mean essentials like, whatever, everything from toilet paper to canned food, whatever you think you would need, where if there was some sort of, supply chain disruption, that, it would just make your life a bit easier. Again, I don't think it's, it may not be a total meltdown or anything, but, look at when this plague first hit, and remember the toilet paper thing? I mean, you couldn't get a roll of toilet paper to save your life. It was crazy. So if everybody was smart, and hopefully they've learned from the last couple of years, get yourself some essentials. Have everything on hand, because I live by the old adage, it is better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Because if you need something and you don't have it, that sucks. All right, my friends, that is almost going to wrap up this video. I have to get some firewood in, and I don't look forward to that. It's going to be painful, but I got to have it. And I'm not putting anything on the grill tonight because I got invited to the closest neighbor for a New Year's Day supper, and they are having moose burgers. So there's no way that I'm saying no to that. I am definitely going to go down and to their place and enjoy some moose burgers and let them cook. And And you know, I don't feel like doing anything myself anyway, so that works out good. Also, you guys, I am going to try. Hopefully, my back will be better, you know, in the next few days or a week. But you know what? Whatever it takes, I got to let my back heal up. I am anxious to get going here, but you know what it is. Can't control the back. So as soon as I'm better, I'm gonna get to work and get another video out, and definitely we'll put something on the grill afterwards. So I'm gonna leave it there, and of course, you know what, you guys take care and stay safe, and I do wish you all the best in 2022. I hope it is an awesome year. I hope I'm completely wrong, and I hope it just is a completely awesome year, but we'll see. Anyways, take care, guys, and see you soon back here at the cabin.